It's unfortunate and embarrassing for Canada.
A new human rights report highlights Canada's failure to address long-standing abuses, including the failure to provide clean and safe drinking water to First Nations communities. The report published by the Human Rights Watch group outlines the lack of safe water access in Indigenous communities across the country, despite the federal government's promise in 2015 to end all drinking water advisories on First Nations reserves by 2021.
Clean drinking water shouldn't be an issue for anybody. Canada is one of the countries that has the most clean drinking water in the world, and we're part of the G20, and it is shameful that this is still a thing.
According to data from the Indigenous Services Canada, as of January 5th, 29 communities have long-term drinking advisories in effect. Kyle Mason says the federal government has allowed this to happen for decades.
It should not have to be a concern for so many people to have to worry about is their water safe.
Indigenous advocate Daryl Schwader has experienced this problem firsthand, growing up and living in Shamattawa First Nation, about 750 kilometers northeast of Winnipeg.
It's frustrating. People are feeling ill when they drink the water.
Schwader says members in his community had an emergency meeting Thursday discussing the current water situation in Shamattawa. He says communities like his continue to sound the alarm but are constantly ignored. Pediatric respirologist Dr. Tom Kovesi says beyond clean water, clean air is also a problem. In a study of 4 isolated First Nations communities in Northern Ontario, he found 85% of homes he sampled lacked proper ventilation.
The proportion of houses that need major repairs, where overcrowding is a problem, problems with ventilation, or problems with excess mold growth and bacterial contamination are all serious issues. And it's frustrating because these issues are being addressed so slowly.
Kovesi says all these issues need to be made a national priority because conducting studies and filing reports don't appear to be changing anything. Mason agrees.
If Thunder Bay or Winnipeg or Calgary or Moncton didn't have clean drinking water, I'm sure people would be expecting for that problem to be solved really quickly.
In Winnipeg, Karpa City News.